Hi, this is Amy Bremer, and thank you for joining us on Food Safety Summit TV. We are here with Yves, who is the General Manager of Corporate Quality for Danone and past chair for the GFSI. So thank you very much for joining us here this morning and also here in Baltimore for the Food Safety Summit. And thank you for your support over all of the years that you've been here. This year you're speaking on a panel about food fraud, really with an international topic.
Mm-hmm.
There was, the first part of it was this morning, and you're going to be speaking this afternoon. So specifically, what will you be talking about?
Food fraud is a food safety risk which is gaining recognition and concern for the food industry. Food fraud may damage public health, but as well, our brand reputation. So it's really important for the food industry to find a way to mitigate this emerging risk, which is all around the world due to the fact that the trade is getting global. Right. That means we can be affected by fraud that can be done, everywhere in the world. Right. So that's why, I'm going to talk about an industry initiative. That means a vulnerability assessment, which has been set up in order to identify if there is throughout your food chain, our supply chain, a vulnerability point, and to put it under control. Mainly because for us, is as on top of the food safety risk, it's as well, let's say, an unfair competition, because in many countries we have to face, competitors. We don't choose the same rule of the game, and they can get a competitive edge, and for us as well, for economical reason, it's really important to mitigate it.
Right, and this morning we had a gentleman from China and also from England, and yourself from Paris. I mean, this is a very serious global issue, and you're working together with all of these countries because food fraud is happening all over. So.
Yeah, but what is really important, and this morning it was great for us to hear that now it must be a private and public initiative. That means it's only by setting up a strong regulatory framework that the food industry will be able to mitigate that, because we need from government, strong enforcement. And that's why this morning we got information about what is going on in China, what is going on in Europe, what is being done as well in a university, in order to bring together all the food safety stakeholders to find a way. What is a bit, let's say, my main concern is there are many initiatives around the world, and we should get convergence and harmonization. If we cannot get, the same, as much as possible, harmonized rule of the game, we will have to comply with so many different regulations that it's going to be impossible to mitigate it. Yeah, and that now is the right time to work together and assess, what is being done in different parts of the world, and try to make it harmonized as soon as possible.
Right, exactly. And there are so many rules and regulations, and we have 5 sessions here just about FSMA. So I would imagine, and I know GFSI has many other rules, and so how do you, even start the process? Is it meetings like this and bringing people together and starting the conversation?
Yeah, the GFSI is a great platform because the GFSI brings together many food safety experts from different parts of the world and from different companies from farm to fork. And it's a good platform to start, investigating the best way to mitigate it. Because the food industry should work concerning food safety, as a team. Because, if there is a weak link throughout the food chain, we can be strongly affected. And the GFSI can set the momentum and get the ball rolling in order to start, initiating something which must be as harmonized as possible. And by bringing together companies from South America, North America, Europe, China, we could as well work together with government members in order to convince them that if you want to make something really efficient, it's not by working, isolated in their country that can fix it. It's mainly by working together. It's a shared risk and shared responsibility.
Right, right. We hear this theme going on throughout the Food Safety Summit this week about collaboration. not only collaborating with people within your organization, but across, the world, that you have to be able to collaborate. So that's wonderful. And what has your reaction been so far to the summit this year?
It's a great summit. That means I attended already. It's my third time. I am here in Baltimore. I was in Washington the first time, and two times in Baltimore. It's great to see that that we all together. I was in China last week. For the same reason, and all the topics that we are addressing are the same. That means we talk about consumer trust, we talk about compliance with food regulation, improvement of the food chain, and it's amazing. It's only by attending this kind of conference that we can get from different parts of the world the best practices that we can put in place. Right. And for me, I can get a wonderful outcome and knowledge. By attending this conference, because thanks to that I can get information from different parts of the world, and for my company it's really important to gather the best that is being implemented everywhere in the world, and set up something that must be state of the art. That means taking advantage of that. So your conference is really great. I really appreciate it. And as a networking opportunity as well. It's really wonderful.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here again. We appreciate it. And I don't know if you've heard, but we're actually going to move the summit to Chicago next year. I don't know if you have any thoughts about Chicago or.
Chicago is a great city. It's the most European city in the US, so I will certainly be there.
Wonderful. Well, then we will see you next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.